Third period underway in Collingwood Arena. B as the puck is chipped back down. Smith back to get it. Works it over to Honulus. One touch pass by Vanderham up to Binder. Almost sends him free. Smith able to stop his man in the tracks. Giamaroli back to pick it up. This fires on that. He'll chip it up into the neutral zone. Binder gives chase. Almost strips his man of the puck at the blue line. He would have been all alone. The opposite defenseman had already hinged up ice. If Binder got loose there, he was gone. Cologne keeps it in. Giamaroli to Vanderham. Looks to fire that off the back foot. That's steered into the corner off a stick. Rimmed around to the opposite boards. Vanderham will be first on it. Tries to jam up the boards to Carrier. Carrier able to keep it in. The Icemen with a 2-goal lead. 20 minutes to play. And that puck is up out of play for a whistle and a face-off in the KC Sabre zone. Sounds like mid-90s night here from the Collingwood Arena as Chris Cross is playing. That pass right back through the seam. Colomb hits Weeks. Colomb gets it back and fires it in on Quentin Black, and he'll hold on for a whistle. It's a retro playlist night here from Collingwood. Weeks in to take the draw. Perosny and Baines on his wings. Colomb fires it. That's off a skate. Chipped out the center. Colomb back in time to get it. Hits it over to Carrier. Carrier jams it up to Perosny. That doesn't work, but Carrier tries to send it in. Gets it to the blue line, but no further. Colomb's going to step up. Intercept there. Baines hits his man. Weeks is going to pick it off. Weeks on the back end. Fought off by the right pad of Black. Quentin Black, as mentioned before, has to be sharp in this game to keep it at a 2-goal lead, but Knights of Columbus Sabres have had their opportunities, and Denver Perkis has answered at the other end. Puck chipped up and out of play into the netting again for another whistle. Gwinnett, Knapsack, and Sawyers up front. Gwinnett in to take the draw to the right of Black. Ferris and Carrero on the back end. Face-off won by the Sabres. Rimmed up the wall, but Carrero reads that. That's kicked in by Sawyers. He'll kick it down in the zone. Gwinnett will give chase, tries to muscle his man off the puck. It's protected along the boards. Knapsack tries to help the other way. It's chipped back out through the legs in the neutral zone. Ferris will have to give chase. Protects the puck, hounded on his backhand. They'll pin it to the boards momentarily. Gwinnett in to help him out. Ferris will up the boards off the official, and it's kept in the zone. Hard pass. Good job by Gwinnett to make that a bullet of a pass up to Knapsack to get out of the zone. Knights of Columbus tag up, and that shot off the stick of Ferris and into the weeding glove of Perkis for a whistle. At the same time for Spruce Grove, it's Stony Plain leading Spruce Grove 2-0. In other league action, the face-off won by... Oh, what a save in a row. Numerous saves by Perkis as KC looks to jam it short side. Perkis stands tall there. Two glorious opportunities in close, and neither times do they elevate it over the pad of Perkis. That's turned over at the blue line. Smith tries to push his man off the puck. Smith picks off that centering pass. Work up to Giamaroli. That's up and out of the zone. Giamaroli chips it up to Binder. Binder, 1-on-3 will delay. He's going to send that deep, smartly rimming around the boards. Vanderham and Giamaroli were in pursuit. The icing waved off. Smith Slams on the brakes, goes back the other way. Hard pass to Binder. That's picked off. Looking for Vanderham. Binder will take the puck back. It's a 2-on-1. Right up to Vanderham. Vanderham drives right up to, backhand. Onto the backhand of Binder, just off his stick, and Binder ridden hard into the boards. Finished off in the near corner. He's slow to get to his feet. He's up. Looks no worse for wear. Remains on the ice. Carrier to Colomb. Colomb misfires. The official's arm does not go up. Play continues. Binder will chip it to Weeks. Weeks to one knee, back up, evades a check, I think with a stutter step there. Weeks will chip it back up the half wall to Baines. Intercepted by Perozzi into the slot, picked up by Knights of Columbus. They go right up the gut. It's a breakaway. Knights of Columbus in, upstairs, and that's up over the net on Perkus. Colomb and Carrier back hounding the player enough, and Baines is going to be back the other way. Fires it in on Black. Black sprawls out on his stomach and able to smother it with a glove, as he knew the forechecker was coming in looking for that. No defenseman right out in front to clear that back to him, but Black right out in the starfish to cover that with a glove. Ferris, that's off of Weeks, stings him. That shot from the point by Ferris. Right on the Weeks' stick again. Rebound. Baines jamming at it. The whistle goes. Baines with 3 or 4 good whacks at it. That puck seems to find Brady Weeks right in the slot. Again, right onto his forehand. He's able to get it away on Black, and Baines looking for the rebound, but Black stands tall. Weeks wins it to the near boards to Perozzi. He'll drop it back to Baines. Baines backdoor looking for Weeks. Cleared up to the blue line, but not out. Carrero to Baines. He'll protect the puck and shovel it down low. Weeks evades a check. Sabres will pick it up. Come out with the puck. Sabres back 2-on-2. That's shoveled to the front of the goal. Carrero tries to clear that into the corner. That's off his stick and up into the air. Carrero ever to get it over to his corner and hold it there, waiting for reinforcements. Baines up to Ferris. Ferris jumps up in the rush. Alex Ferris drives in. He's on a partial breakaway. Forehand, backhand, forehand. Tries to go 5-0 Black, and he shuts the door with a paddle. Smith able to keep it in the zone. The Sabres able to come out 1-on-2. Work to the outside. Fired in on Perkus. And he'll hold on as it hits the sewer crest. And he doesn't allow a rebound. Two 2-0 lead here still for your Icemen. Just under 7 minutes gone in this third and final period, as Homulus muscles his man off the puck, forces him to the side wall, and Chernowicki is the one that got it. He was able to spring himself around the top of the circle, get a shot on net. That hit a mass of bodies in front. Smith muscles his man off the puck at center, forcing a turnover. Gwinnett's got to be careful here. He'll move it on the back end to Homulus. Homulus tries to send that in. That's upended, but a second opportunity will send it deep into the Sabres zone. Good hit by Sawyers there, forces a turnover. Gwinnett will move it to Homulus. Homulus with a quick up to Sawyers. He's able to chip it deep into the zone. To some cheers of the Sabres bench. The Sawyers was taken to the ice. Knapsack tries to center that on the backhand. Gwinnett picks it up, back up to the point. Colomb works his way to the middle. Shot on net. Rebound. Knapsack fires it back in. Gwinnett will pick it up, retrieve the puck, and he'll gather it up. Tries to go short side. That's intercepted by a defender, and Sawyers is battled and bodied to the ice in front of the net. The Sabres just fire it down the length of the ice for an icing. Get the pressure, and it's a yard sale and a wholesale scramble on the icing to get to the Sabres bench. to catch their breath. Coach Ferris will send out Vanderham's line. Carrier and Cologne stay on the back end. Binder, Vanderham, and Giamaroli. That evades Carrier, and he's got to hustle to get back. Smart play to chip it off the boards and force the Sabres to tag up, but Vanderham will drag it back into his zone on his own. He'll chip it to himself, give it to Giamaroli. Giamaroli hit, and it's going to be a penalty upcoming to the Sabres as Giamaroli was bodied. It's going to be an interference penalty. It should be. Well, it's going to be a roughing. Giamaroli did not have possession of the puck. He was waiting to receive the pass, and he got filled in at the penalty box. So take a hit to make a play, and that play is SE701 Icemen power play. Good job by Giamaroli not to retaliate, and as a result, your Icemen are on the power play again. One power play goal. Perosny works his way right to into the front of the net, able to get that shot, try to go upstairs, short side, back door. Looking for Ferris was Brady Weeks. Short-handed. The Sabres will break out on the backhand, short side. Backhand, forehand, hits the post. Right back out into the blue paint, and Denver Perkis will smother it for a whistle. Well, there is a short-handed opportunity for the Sabres. Right off an opportunity by the ice when the Sabres come right back down the ice. Forward, able to get inside positioning on the defenseman and fake the backhand, went forehand and just hit the post and stayed out. That almost careened back towards Sierra goal. Baines will gain the zone, kick it to Vanderham. Vanderham to Baines, and that's broken up and worked back out to center. Ferris will pick it up, move it over to Weeks. The Icemen have to tag up. Weeks into the zone, uncontested, and the Icemen now set it up. Baines fans on that. He's able to keep it in. Works it back across to Weeks. He's got to hurry up to chip it down low to Perosny. Perosny back door, and it's literally a tap in for Alex Ferris. A power play goal for your Icemen. So the goal is going to be Ferris from Perosny and Weeks. A power play marker, and your Icemen have extended the lead to 3. Well, that's the play we've seen earlier on in the season. That backdoor play, and that time nobody on Alex Ferris, who casually knocked it into the open yawning cage as Black unable to get over onto the back door in time, and no defender was anywhere near Alex Ferris. Carrier bodies his man off the puck. Good job in positioning to keep his man to the outside. 2-on-1 down low for the Sabres. Centered right out in front, shot. Hit into the body of a defender. Perkis able to steer that up and into the glove, and he'll hold on for a whistle. Man, can I call him, hey? I know exactly who got the goals, the assist. Like he's reading my mind. Knapczyk with the puck. Works it up to Gwinnett. He'll chip it up to Sawyers. That's off a skate, but right back to Gwinnett. He'll lob it around a defender. Sawyers will catch up to it. Off the toe of his stick, but it's up to the point. Smith will try to jam it to the back wall. It's worked up and out in the neutral zone. Knapczyk has to hurry. He'll force a turnover. Gwinnett will pick it up. Move it to the outside to Sawyers. He's got to step on his man. That's off a stick. And careens slowly into Black. Forward for Sabres. Heard footsteps there. Homulus just bearing down on him. Just elected to chip that puck out of the zone versus even try to pick that pass up. Smith again forces a Sabres player to hear footsteps, and he bails out on his own entry. Smith will kick it to the outside on the near boards to Gwinnett. Gwinnett smartly just rims that slowly deep into the Sabres territory. Binder on the forecheck along with Knapczyk. Smith looks to finish his man and will do so right at center. As that puck is sent in for an icing, Smith forced his man to send it in instead of trying to get 2 feet and gain center. And Smith able to finish the check. Offensive faceoff for your Icemen. Vanderham in to take the draw. He's out here with Binder and Giamaroli. Good job again by Giamaroli before to draw that penalty, allow Icemen to go on the power play and inadvertently score on the power play. Carrier keeps his man to the outside. Great job. It's held along the post. Binder will pick it up. Works it on the back end. Vanderham, one touch to Giamaroli. Giamaroli will send it in and let Vanderham give chase. Block out to play it. Almost turned it over to Giamaroli on the rim around the boards. And it's a clear 2-on-1 for the Sabres. Chernomsky was on that 2-on-1. Tried to do a behind the back pass to his teammate. That was intercepted and broken up by Carrier. Good job by the defenseman to break up that 2-on-1 rush with the Sabres leading point getter. And again, the puck up and into the netting here at Collingwood Arena in Edmonton, Alberta. So the face-off will be deep in the Sabres zone. 8:28 remaining in the third period. Your Icemen up 3-0 as Ferris will play catch with Black, who holds on for a face-off. Weeks just won that face-off back on that bobbling puck, and Ferris able to get it away. A little bit of a knuckler, but Black was able to get that up high, recover, grab it with the glove. Weeks doing the work here, forces a turnover, gets the puck, forces another turnover, keeps it in the zone. Baines looks to gather that up. Ferris is going to have to charge back into his own zone, protects the puck. He's on his backhand. Gets it up to Baines. Baines works it through the seam to Porozny. Porozny back pass to Weeks. Great shot on net. Weeks tried to go short side low on Black. He steered that aside with the pad. Porozny turned over the puck deep in the zone. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Ferris back. Chipped in. Trying to go up over the glove of Perkis. He might have got a piece of it. It stays out. Weeks rims it around the glass to the other side. That's to the point and not out. Ferris is going to fire that up and down the length of the ice for an icing. Not a bad play at this time of the game after a long shift. Hemmed in the zone by the Sabres. A smart play by Ferris to get it down the length of the ice. You're not penalized for that. You don't need to stay on the ice at this level, so Coach Ferris able to get a full line change in. Face off to the left of Perkis. That puck won cleanly by the Sabres centerman, but right up the gut between the defensemen and out of the zone. Gwinnett picks that off. Sawyers protects the puck. Bouncing puck. Sawyers able to gather that up. Tries to come off the half wall. Knapczyk works it back to the point. To Homulus, to Smith, to Knapczyk. Knapczyk gets it in to the blue line, but no further. Homulus back to pick it up. They'll move it up to Gwinnett. Gwinnett chips it up the boards, but no further. Up the center, Homulus misplays the puck. Sabres back in. Smith will muscle his man to the boards. Work back up to the point. Fired on net. That's off a body and into the near corner. Homulus rims that puck around, trying to get it out and relieve the pressure. Puck again. Rimmed around. Homulus will pick it up. Up to Knapczyk. Knapczyk chips it up to Sawyers. He's got a step. Breakaway, forehand, backhand, forehand. Short side on Black. And Black, who is disgusted with the play, will fire it down the length of the ice. 4-0 goal. Great heads-up play after a great opportunity by the Sabres. Knapczyk able to fire it, bank it off the boards perfectly to Sawyers, who had a breakaway. Fake forehand, backhand, forehand, who had short side just inside the post on Black. And your Icemen, with 6:10 remaining in the third period, have a 4-goal lead. There's no reason not to get frustrated at that opportunity after a glorious opportunity and numerous opportunities here in the third period for the Sabres, unable to capitalize. Vanderham will drive to the net, tries to jam it short side. Black's got his blocker up, protecting the blue paint. We're going to whistle as Giamaroli was looking for a rebound. As I was saying, the Sabres just frustrated, able to get good looks and opportunities, nothing to show for it. And the Icemen able to spring Sawyers, who makes no mistake short side. So it should be Sawyers from Knapsack and Smith. Time of the goal 6:10, and your Icemen are up 4-0. But they got to shut this down here, not allow anything as some sloppy play now begins. Short side looking to go across the ice. Cologne breaks that up. Bender will pick it up in the corner. He's got to get this out of the zone and in a hurry, and Cologne is up on the forecheck. Cologne is up in the rush. Giamaroli picks it up. He bowls over his man. In basketball, that would be an offensive foul, but not in hockey, as Giamaroli lowers the boom in possession of the puck. Up the gut through the middle, and that's into the body of Vanderham and Ferris. Ferris will pick it up. Tries to send it through the middle to Binder. Ferris will be able to gain center. He's able to pick it up and keep it in the zone. Ferris centers it to Binder. Binder looking to get free. Chips it below the goal line. Ferris on his backhand, able to get it to Vanderham. Vanderham back up to the point. Carrero's got a postal code to stick handle in there. Nobody anywhere near the point. Carrero able to fire that on net through a sea of bodies, and Binder takes his man down deep in the corner. Play continues. 3-on-2 for the Sabres. Drive wide. Ferris keeps his man to the outside. Centering pass, backhand, forehand, backhand, rebound. Perkins is down and out. Unable to capitalize. The puck still in the zone. The Icemen unable to get the puck out of the zone. And the Sabres almost capitalize. And Perkins says, I don't want to see any more, and holds on. Denver Perkins, a little bit of an inadvertent stare down with his forwards and defensemen, saying, don't give them any more than you need to. They don't need to get any unforced opportunities in this third period. Shot on net, that goes low to the short side. Smith bodies his man to the corner. Leaks in there. Sea of bodies, and Baines will pick it up out of the rush. He's stripped of the puck. Smith will chip it back up the middle. Smith clears it to the corner. Fired off another body to the opposite point. Right out in front. All alone is a Sabres player, and as he spins around, wasn't a player within 8 feet of him. Tried to go 5-0 on the back end on Perkins, but somehow Perkins squeezes the pillows together and keeps it out. The Sabres here in the third period throwing everything, including the proverbial kitchen sink at Perkins, trying to score. And here's Sierra the other way. Perosny on the backhand centers it to Weeks, to Baines, and it's in the back of the net. And like we said, Sabres are just looking up at the sky going, are you kidding me? We've thrown everything at Perkins. Unable to score, and Icemen go back down the other way and put it in the back of the net. But this line of Baines, Weeks, and Perosny score again. Perosny to Weeks. Weeks curls right at the left faceoff dot, gives it to Baines, and he picked low blocker. His shot of choice on Black. It's in the back of the net. Gwinnett looking for more. puck on the back of the net as Sawyers lowers the boom behind the net. Gwinnett on the forecheck. 2:49 remaining. A 5-goal lead for your Icemen as Cologne muscles his man off the puck at center. Puck is worked to center, but no further. Sabres try to clear it in. Cologne will pick that up. Knapczyk sends it back into the Sabres zone on the back end. Sabres look to pass it up. Smith able to read that play and break up that zone entry. Gwinnett with the puck, protects, kicks it back to Cologne, handcuffs him. You just want to get the puck out of the zone at this time, as that shot almost tricked Perkus. Have to be sharp to stop that. Just get the puck out. Control the blue lines at this point in time, and don't get fancy. Gwinnett hit into at the Sierra bench. Knapczyk on the back check, forces his man to dump it in. Good job to backtrack and ship it up. Smith works it back around to Knapczyk. Knapczyk squeezes his man off of the blue line, trying to push it, and his man retaliates, hits Knapczyk right up high with a punch in the head. And that is just a level of frustration as Knapczyk, great shift, draws a penalty. Well, when that happens 10 feet from the official, you would expect that would be called. He had a glorious opportunity to see that. That's going to be a 4-minute hit to the head. So your Icemen are back on the power play for the final 131 of this tilt. Weeks in to take the draw. Weeks, Vanderham, Porosny, Baines, and Ferris. Look for some more power play opportunity time here with a minute and a half left in this third period. Baines fires that into the opposite corner. That went off the toe of his stick. Ferris down low to Vanderham. One-timer. Back door after Weeks had the puck. Cleared it down to Porosny, or fired on net. Porosny almost tucked that in on the short side. 1 minute remaining in the third period. Your Icemen on the power play as that puck is worked up. Weeks to Vanderham. That's off his skate and back into the Sierra zone. Vanderham with the puck. He'll drive it out of the zone on his own. He goes through the legs. That's right in on Black. He's able to clear it out, but not out of the zone. That picked off by Weeks. Baines. Porosny. And it's up over the glove of Black. And Black with his hands in the air and disgust again is just shaking his head. Another goal by your Icemen. That's a pretty hands by Porosny there to finish that one off. So again, Vanderham with the drive. Gains the zone. Able to get it right to Black. Black able to clear. Tries to get out of the zone. That's picked off by Weeks. Inadvertently right back from Weeks onto the stick of Porosny into the back of the net. Over the glove of Black. The Icemen score on the power play again. Turned over off the linesman's skate, and Pomulus will muscle his man into the boards. Icemen, they got to shut this down here now as Cologne will kick it up to Sawyers. Sawyers gains the zone to Cologne. Broken up. This is what we're talking about. You got to shut it down now and not try to play for cookies here. Cologne has to get the puck out over the blue line. Sabres have to tag up with 6 seconds left. You just want to rag the puck here. Don't force a turnover. Puck all the way down the length of the ice. And the final score is your SE701 Icemen 6 and the host KC Knights of Columbus Sabres 0. A great way for the Icemen to finish off the regular season and go into playoffs. Convincing win, and now I can say it, a shutout for Denver Perkus. Well, I saw some good power play time by the Icemen, able to capitalize on the power play and just strike on the rush and the counterattack against these Sabres who had their opportunities during the game but just unable to solve Denver Perkus. It's a 6-goal win for your Icemen, who will await the playoff schedule. Denver Perkus, most certainly the front of this handshake line, with a shutout today. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Great job by the KC Sabres with a ceremony prior to the game for the graduating players, and we look forward to you joining us for playoff action. Your SE701 Icemen take on their first opponent in playoff action coming up. Have a good night.